This is Soundoff60, Southwest Louisiana's premier sports show.
Moon may be over. You tell us. How does Ed Orgeron handle that immense pressure in college football to win, and of course, what comes being the LSU head coach?
You understand the expectations of LSU. Have the same expectations of myself and my staff.
Yeah.
I've been at Miami, I've been at USC when you expected to win. That's the reason I wanted the job.
Soundoff60 is presented by Merchants and Farmers Bank, where your future is our history. Also presented by Walk-Ons Bistro and Bar, home of Soundoff60. And brought to you by Relief Windows, for replacement windows, doors, and storm force windows. ReliefWindows.com. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
We promise a huge show this week, one that you will want to hang around for the full 60 minutes. Guys, Soundoff60, we might just have the best LSU Alabama preview show this side of Tuscaloosa.
Doubt. There's no doubt.
This side
there is no doubt,
of
Rick.
Tuscaloosa. Take Tuscaloosa all the way to Texas. We have it right here, and a good reason too. Coming up in the next segment, we're going to sit down, starting up for about 30 minutes with LSU head coach.
You say next segment, you mean next 3 segments?
The next 3. We'll be sitting down with LSU head coach Ed Orgeron to talk about.
Quite a coup for us to get him in Lake Charles.
Right here, under roof at Walk-Ons. We'll talk about the Tigers and Tide, of course, Devin White's story, which is still kind of hot.
Oh, that's
Joe Burrow, the secondary, matching up with Tua. The whole gamut. We have it coming up, LSU and Alabama. So that's coming up.
It's going to be a good one.
We promise a big show. All right, guys, let's a little tease. Quick impressions. Let's start with the New Orleans Saints with a humongous road win at Minnesota. Keep in mind now, this is a win at Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
This is a win at Atlanta earlier and Baltimore. That's huge, gentlemen. Huge.
Well,
that's the word of the night, by the way. This week is huge.
Yeah, I was at that stadium a few months back, about 4 months back. We had a conference up there, and I tell you what, it's got to be one of the nicest stadiums in the league, Rick, to be honest with you.
Well, they had a bit of...
You know they're old. When you ever play in the old Metrodome?
I don't think we did. No, Scoot, I don't think I ever played in the old Metrodome.
That was the biggest dump.
That was the dump. This is a mecca, and I get. Look, we're going to factor in a little bit of revenge. Okay,
oh,
I'm sure that was percolating.
There's no doubt, Rick.
But you know what got me, guys, was they won. Look. Hey, before I forget, a classy move by Stephon Diggs, who put his arm around Marcus Williams at the end of the game. They were kind of whispering to each other.
Yeah.
So classy move by Mr. Diggs.
Play?
But this is Drew Brees. A human performance, 120 yards.
But he didn't do it. Well, he threw his first interception.
Yeah,
he
didn't
do anything wrong.
No, he didn't need to.
Their offense moved.
He didn't need to do that much.
It wasn't like he had a bad game.
No, he had a solid game.
He ran the offense.
Yeah.
I mean, I really.
You expect lightning shows with Drew Brees, especially indoors.
It depends on what the defense gives you, Rick, and I think that's what a lot of him and Sean Payton play off of. Yeah. We're going to take what they give us, and if they're not doing anything that's going to make us have to throw the ball deep, we're not going to do it. If it's underneath, we're going to take it.
We're going to take it.
What happens if you gave Drew Brees the Vikings receivers?
We'll talk about that in the Saints segment. I like what the Saints have, but
I do too.
But you say that.
Did you
say that? But Minnesota star receivers lost the game for them.
Well,
a huge fumble by Adam Thielen. And Diggs stopping on a clear route that you got to keep running. You know that as a defensive back.
But
pick, game over.
I've got something
They lost the game. All right. We talked last week about the possibility of the Saints looking at adding somebody in the secondary, maybe a Patrick Peterson from Arizona before the NFL trade deadline.
What you needed.
But they got cornerback Eli Apple from the New York Giants.
I would say it was decidedly mixed reviews last night.
Well,
I don't know. First game
that really needs to get comfortable.
I mean, first game, Scooter. Give him
secondary.
I think it was for a 4th and a 7th round draft pick. I like it.
He can play.
Not giving up on him, but doesn't look like
first
a game changer.
Well, I'll take that for the first game. I'll take that first game.
The Saints are the Ohio State of the South. I mean, Lattimore, Von Bell, Michael Thomas.
If you can help us.
JT Barrett on practice squad, and now Eli
But it's
Apple.
4? So it's 4.
All right, 4 or 5 of them.
4 of them.
Peyton and Loomis, they like the Buckeyes. All right, shifting gears. We got more about the Saints. The McNeese Cowboys. Lance Guidry goes with the Peach Fuzz sophomore, Cody Orgeron. Bold move at this point in the year to make a quarterback
Rick, if
switch.
I can recall,
It's
you
bold.
said that Tabary would never be removed, if I'm not mistaken now.
I said in my humble opinion, I would not take him out.
What did I say, though? That offense needed a spark.
Needed a spark. They needed somebody with legs.
Well, it needed a spark, Rick.
Yeah.
And I don't have nothing bad against Tabary, nothing at all. But sometimes you have to make change that's going to be best for your team
What'd you see?
as a whole.
What'd you see from it?
I saw, clearly I don't think Orgeron has the arm Tabary does.
No, he does not.
He does not. But his legs maybe give that offense another dimension that makes the offense overall better.
Opens the playbook.
I mean, I was in my first Big Nice game of the year in person, and you know, we talked about we're waiting on them to put this game together.
Yeah.
I watched the first quarter, I'm like, here it is.
Look,
they score on
it
four
slowed down
first,
significantly.
But it came after they made the quarterback change, which that shouldn't happen. But they never could get that momentum back.
No.
And not dogging on Tabary, but
we'll get more into it a little bit later on the show.
Let me tell you what it does. Quick. What that does by having Orgeron in, it gives you a chance to extend the play. Your receivers have to learn if your quarterback is scrambling, go away from him so he can throw it to you.
Find something open.
I mean, they could have had 3 touchdowns, Rick.
Yeah.
They were coming to him. Don't go to him. Run away from him.
All right, hang on to those thoughts, gentlemen. We're pushed up against a break. We promised a huge show, and it starts in about 2 minutes. LSU head coach Ed Orgeron sits down with us
in the
for
house.
Alabama and Tide and a whole lot more
Big
with
show.
the
Don't wanna
Tigers.
miss it.
All right, we're coming back in about 2 to walk on. Stay right here.
Soundoff60 is brought to you by Walk-Ons, Bistro and Bar, where great food, your sports, and good times roll. Stay here. The boys will be right back.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
What do you call a great beer with more taste, only 96 calories, and 3.2 carbs? We call it Miller Lite. What are you holding? Miller Lite. Hold true.
But Relief Windows is going to get quality. We're going to make sure that the job is actually ordered correctly. Experienced measure tech, experienced salesman, experienced installer. Service. Customer satisfaction, that's our #1 product. At Relief Windows, you're gonna get somebody gonna show up on time, do what they say they're gonna do. Nobody's gonna run with your money. We're gonna take care of you. At Relief Windows, we're not only windows, we're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is customer satisfaction.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Preparing a meal, it's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Drew's favorite season? It's seafood lanyap season, only at Walk-Ons.
Very special treat for us here at Soundoff60 during the biggest open week of the college football season to have LSU head coach Ed Orgeron join us here at Soundoff60.
Big treat.
Coach, we appreciate you coming in. Always, even on open week, it's busy. So we know, we appreciate you coming in. But you're in for, obviously, your special treat for you and Kelly and the family to see the boys play. That's always special.
We're the biggest McNeese fans in the world.
Yeah.
We've been so appreciative to Les Gidger and his program here, having our two boys. He's taking good care of them. We love Lake Charles and we love the Cowboys.
Yeah. You have history here. Let's go way back. 1985-ish?
Yes, sir, 1985.
1 year as a grad assistant.
I was Steve Ensminger's graduate assistant football coach at offense.
Wow.
Worked with John McCann and worked in the recreation complex under Jimmy Pete.
Wow. That's some names from McNeese past.
Jimmy
That's
Pete.
some names. Yeah.
We're going to get to the Alabama game, believe me. But when you come to a McNeese game, how is it, obviously, to watch your two boys play? How is that? It's obviously different than coaching LSU, but how is it like different than you normally watch in the game? You like any other parent?
Yes, I come. I'm proud. I'm so proud of the accomplishment of Cody. Walked on here, earned a scholarship tonight's his first start.
Wow.
Parker's had a tremendous career. Obviously, he's hurt tonight. Both brothers are living together right there on Gordon Street. So I come as a parent. I enjoy visiting. I love college football. I love Lake Charles, McNeese football. Kevin has been great to us. We love coming to Lake Charles. We have a lot of friends here. We have a blast.
Yeah.
Coach, we love having you, first of all. Let me say that. And as a former Tiger, you know me. Scooter and Rick are talking about we'll get to Alabama later. Hell no, we don't get to Alabama right now. Okay.
Coach, we tried.
It didn't take long.
We tried.
At all. I'm sorry. Coach, this will probably be one of the biggest games that you will probably play next Saturday in Tiger Stadium. But the expectations for this year, Coach, are just unbelievable as to what you've done, not only for the LSU program, but for the state of Louisiana. How does that make you feel as an LSU coach to know that all the joy you brought to that stadium in this past year, Coach?
That's all I want. And, being from the state of Louisiana, watching LSU from afar, watching you play, being a fan of the LSU Tigers, I know what LSU means to the state of Louisiana. It's everything. And we set the tempo. And I'm so proud of the way our team have played this year. And I want to continue to play like that throughout the year and for years to come.
Wow.
LSU head coach Ed Orgeron with us here on a special show for Soundoff60 open date, getting ready for Alabama this coming Saturday night, of course, Death Valley, Baton Rouge. Let's talk about that word, expectations. I remember the first time you were on this show, I asked you about the expectations and pressure of becoming the LSU head coach, and then, of course, the adjoining expectations. Outside expectations for this LSU team were kind of low. Yeah. I mean, possibly 6-6 with this schedule. Yeah. Now you're sitting 7-1, number 4 in the country, in the playoff hunt. Has this team exceeded even your expectations from the inside?
We have a saying, we block out the noise. Whatever anybody says outside of our program really doesn't matter. We got to play. We got to coach and we got to play on a daily basis. So I tell them not to listen to them when you're doing bad and not to listen to them when you're doing too good. But we got to play. And I'm proud of this football team. I didn't know where this football season was going to lead us. We had a lot of new players, a lot of new coaches, but they have gelled well, and now I believe we're a very good football team, but obviously we have a strong finish left.
Yeah.
Well, along those lines, going into this year, I honestly looked at this team, and I said, this is a team that's a year away. Obviously, a lot of X's and O's have come together, but Rick gets on me about it. I'm a big believer in chemistry on a team, particularly a team with as many question marks as this one had that kind of came together. When did you sense there was some chemistry on this team?
In camp. I think having Joe Burrows come, having Cole Tracy, watching him kick, giving us confidence. Watch Joe Burrows try to be a leader throughout the summer. Watching our guys galvanize after we had a couple of guys leave, and then now it was clear that Joe Burrow was going to be our quarterback. We had a senior team meeting, just me and the senior leaders. They did a tremendous job of going talk to the team and said, hey, this is how it's going to be. I have to give them and the assistant coaches all the credit.
Coach, let me tell you one of the things that I've noticed as a former player sitting in Tiger Stadium. 4th down means nothing to you anymore. Hey,
Well, it didn't
you
the
don't
last
know what that
2
electrifies
games.
us as former players watching.
Amen.
When it's 4th down and you've got the confidence
Yeah.
of your team
Yeah.
to know
Yeah.
that they can get it done, how does
Yeah.
that make you feel,
I
Coach?
believe in him. And listen, I tell him, I told him the night before, I'm going for it because I believe in you and I believe you're going to make it in defense. Do you have my back?
Yes.
If we don't make it, say, Coach, we got
Yes.
your back, go for it. And it really disturbed me that I didn't go for it against Florida. And after that, I said, you know what? I'm not going to hold back.
That's it.
At Georgia, at 4th and 1 or less, we're going for it.
Yeah.
And we did it, it worked.
Well, you obviously can recognize the face and the voice, of course, of Ed Orgeron, LSU head football coach here at Soundoff60, getting ready for a big game, as it always is. Saturday night in Death Valley, Baton Rouge against number 1 Alabama, the Tigers number 4. Let's go back a little bit. Guidry, it's tough to control Guidry because he's going to go all over the board. So I apologize ahead of time, Ed. The August. I mean, it was not an uneventful August.
Yes.
I mean, Ingram. I mean, the Fulton case that we talked about on the show. And then you mentioned the 2 young quarterbacks deciding to transfer.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I think the biggest is of bringing in Joe Burrow as a possible starting quarterback. In my mind, there was no doubt he was going to be a starting quarterback, but that's just me. Have you ever gone through anything like that in your long coaching career of having an August like that?
It was highly unusual.
Very unusual.
And, you know, we preach discipline on our football team. We want to recruit young men. And all those things that happened to us back to back, I think really galvanized our football team.
Yeah.
And you can go either way then. You could quit, which is not an option for us, or we could bow up and get it done. And we did that.
Yeah.
You know where you went wrong?
Uh-oh.
About 3 days before camp opened, you thanked your lucky stars what an uneventful summer it was.
Yeah, I
you
remember
were
that.
setting yourself up.
That's right.
You don't tempt fate like that.
That's right.
It just okay, this will probably be the last question because it's pretty involved of this segment. All right, probably the most obvious difference from last year's team and this year's team is the offensive coordinator. Now, Matt Cannon, I don't think he was a bad offensive coordinator, but it's obviously you two didn't jive. What has been the biggest difference with Steve Ensminger? And you know that a lot of people questioned that hire when you made it. But what has been the biggest difference with the way you were able to interact with him in the booth and you on the sidelines as opposed to last year?
Trust, respect, love for LSU, team member. Steve played quarterback there. He and I coached together at McNeese. I was a freshman when Steve was a senior. We've known each other since 1975.
Wow.
We have the same common goal, what's best for LSU and not for anyone else.
Wow.
Steve and I, when he took over as interim offensive coordinator, he was fantastic.
I agree.
So I knew he could do it again. I had
Yeah.
complete confidence in him, and I knew it went against the grain with most people. But you know what? I went for the hotshot coordinator, and it didn't work. And nothing bad about him, nothing bad about me. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
And I knew I had to make a change for this program for us to get where we wanted to go.
Wow. Interesting.
What X and O wise, what's been the biggest difference?
You know, Steve's a great
I
game.
do miss those jet sweeps, I got to tell you.
He's a great game day caller. Steve can take what the defense gives you, make a call during the game. He sees it. He's up in the press box. He can use his talent, spread the ball around. The thing that I'm discouraged about is we don't have a 2 tight end set this year because Moss is hurt. That's his favorite set.
Yeah.
So we still have some things to do. I have to go out and get some better tight ends so Steve can really operate his offense full speed next year.
Yeah.
It kind of rejuvenate him, you think?
You know, you guys know Steve. Steve reminds me of John Wayne, man. He's tough. he's tough. He's going to go to work every day. He's going to be the same guy. He's not going to get overly excited. He sleeps in the office. He goes to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. He sleeps in the office, gets up at 6, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday night. He's a tireless worker, and he's totally committed to LSU Tigers.
Wow. Well, we'll take a pause, but I'd be remiss in not going back to your response about the change of Ensminger. You didn't say anything about analytics. I mean, it was all the human factor, trust.
Yes.
Love of LSU,
Yes.
knowing him, trusting him.
That's big.
Interesting. It wasn't about analytics.
That's big.
Like, hey, I want to get somebody that's going to run this play against this SEC defense. It was all about the human
Well,
part.
if you look back to guys like Kevin, you look guys that played before, and you look at Louisiana, that's what we're made of. Trust, hardworking people that love Louisiana and love LSU football.
Yeah,
That's what I want of our staff.
We'll take a short time out here at Walk-Ons. When we come back, more with Ed Orgeron getting ready to play the Crimson Tide of Alabama and a whole lot of Tiger talk. Stay right here. We're coming back in about 2 minutes.
Soundoff60 brought to you by Merchants and Farmers Bank.
Enjoy a more reliable, responsible, intelligent, and connected indoor environment that easily adjusts to your preferences, no matter where you are. Uncompromising, unmistakable. Luxair. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solar supply.
This is Brandon Holly, 6'2", former college football player. He and his steel crowbar can't get through this storm force impact window from Relief Windows. Call 337-456-1699.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
Still swinging? Get your storm force impact windows from Relief Windows today. Call 337-456-1699. 456-1699.
Tired of ineffective radio and newspaper ads? Give billboard advertising a try. With over 250 billboards in the Lake Charles and Baton Rouge areas, AdSource Outdoor is a great way to get your business noticed. Call us at 337-477-4470. Get spotted with AdSource.
All right, welcome back to Walk-Ons here. We're talking LSU football with head coach Ed Orgeron. Special treat to have him here on open week as he's here to watch Parker and Cody play McNeese and Central Arkansas. We'll get into that a little bit later on in the show, of course, and the results of that game. Ed, we appreciate you being here because I know it's a busy week when you come in for the family. Let's go back a little bit. I mean, the list is pretty impressive that you have coached with. Jimmy Johnson, Paul Hackett, Pete Carroll, Paul Pasqualoni, who I remember from Syracuse. I covered some bowl games with him. I mean, that's an impressive list overall. And Sean Payton for a short time.
Yes.
National championships, Super Bowls. Yes. Who has influenced you the most, and what telling learning came from all those coaching relationships?
You know, I like to think that I learned from every one of them, which I have. And I learned from a lot of great players, too. Warren Sapp, Cortez Kennedy,
Great
Michael Irvin, and all those guys.
We know you like somebody when Warren Sapp's name comes up.
Right. So I try to learn from everybody. But the 2 guys that I model our program after the most is Jimmy Johnson and Pete Carroll. When I have to go back and say, what I need to do here, what would Jimmy do, what would Pete do, or I may even text him. What do you think about this? And both of them will respond to me.
Yeah, interesting.
All right, back to tonight's game. When you go, everybody's going to know who you are. When you're in the stands, do you sit there second guessing the play calling?
I got Lance on a speed dial, Coach. I got Lance getting on a speed dial.
I have Kelly there for that.
Good political answer.
Never. Coach, as a former defensive player, defense to me is the heart and soul, I think, of a team. Offense, you keep us rolling. And I can honestly say, with the addition of Burrows, him coming in at quarterback has taken a little bit of strain off of the defense because you're giving me time to rest and look at what the other offense is doing to me. That's got to be important for you when you can set your defense down and get them to understand what the team is doing to them when you have enough time. How important does that play in to the play calling of the defensive coordinator to know exactly what we need to do?
It's everything. You know, we have tremendous defensive coaches, as you know, the best in the country, Dave Aranda.
Yes.
And then we have 5 analysts that are fantastic, ex-NFL coordinators, ex-college coordinators. We have more information than anybody needs, but we have to have time to give it to them.
Exactly.
And we talk about, as a staff, of playing complementary football. We want to play field position football. We want to win the turnover battle with +12. And we want to play complementary football and own the time of possession. And Steve is great at that. Great about that.
Yeah. Ed Orgeron has joined us here at Soundoff60. I know everybody's biting at the bit. We're going to get into the Alabama matchup. We're going to get into the Devin White story. TVTs, we won't get into the Devin White story until the next segment. We want everybody to hang around for that. All right, we're going to get into it.
But anyway.
You mentioned Joe Burrow. I'm big on quarterbacks. It's the most important position on the field, Coach.
Yeah.
What is the most telling thing that Burrow has added to this football, not just the offense, but the football team that you may not be able to see on the field?
You know, when I played with Bobby Hebert at Northwestern State, Soundoff60, and I watched him in the NFL, I always wanted a quarterback with his type of demeanor. Tough, leader, but can back it up.
Yeah.
Now, Joe doesn't talk as much as Bobby has, but I don't know if anybody does.
I don't Bobby Hebert does talk a lot.
Which I love him, and he knows that. But Joe has that tough linebacker demeanor about himself.
Yeah.
And Joe's a hands-on, gonna do it, I'm gonna show you.
Wow.
Instead of talk about it. Our team completely believes in Joe Burrow. I think that's the big difference.
Big difference.
What does he do? His performance kind of outweighs his stats. I mean, if you look at it for what he does in the stat sheet, a lot of times it's not there.
Yeah.
What does he bring to that offense?
Except win.
Well, yeah.
He wins.
Yeah.
He's 7-1.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest factor.
Yeah.
And you know, he does a lot of things that people don't see. He takes us out of bad plays.
Yeah.
He makes the right calls. He doesn't turn over the ball much.
I think a lot of people don't realize how many balls he throws away. They look at him
exactly.
as incompletion.
Exactly. And changes protections.
Yeah.
Gets us out of difficult situations. And will run the football at times where we need to run the football and make a big play.
Yeah. Coach, one of the things that I guess a lot of people watching sometimes don't understand what the 50-50 ball is when you throw it downfield. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a completion, but it could end up in a pass interference. How important that is to being able to get that when you need it?
Won the Auburn game. Take a shot. That's
You have to.
now. Take a shot. Ensbing and I taught. This is you talked about the ex-coaches that have been with Sean Payton. Going to take 2 shots a quarter.
Yes.
We want to take 8 shots per game. Now, we didn't take that at the beginning because the protection wasn't there. But now we want to take 8 shots per game. And like you said, Kevin, something's good's going to happen. You're going to get a big play. You're going to get an interference. So we want to take shots.
Gotcha.
Ed Orgeron had joined us here at Soundoff60. It's time to get into some Tigers and Tide. All right. Everybody knows what Alabama has done so far. There is a belief that they have not been tested yet. There is a belief that this defense isn't as stout as it used to be. There is a belief and talk that maybe the running game isn't there. Everybody knows what this hotshot quarterback, Tua, has done. Would you rather shut down Alabama's running game completely and force them to go against your strength, or vice versa? Or am I naive to even think you can do either one?
Well, you bring up a good point. Last year, I thought this was the best running football team I'd ever been against. We went down and we did a good job against their run. They beat us in the passing game.
Yeah.
So they made adjustments that we didn't make those adjustments.
Right.
So we're ready this year. But the thing with Tua, he's all RPO. He's all pre-snap read. Now, he may not tell you this, but he knows where he's going with the football, when he's going with the football, and before the snap's ever taken, he has the quickest release that I've ever seen on a quarterback. So he's the difference maker right now.
Wow. When you were part of some of those great Miami teams, where does this Alabama team rank with some of them?
Well, you know, the run he's had has been excellent. You know, I don't know. I might be able to tell you more after the game on Saturday night. We're going to battle them. You know, those Miami teams had great defensive linemen. I don't know if you ever going to see that again. Our top 6.
Say it, Warren Sapp.
Warren Sapp, Cortez Kennedy, Russell Maryland.
Wow.
I mean, those are 2
names,
Hall of Famers right there. You know what I'm saying?
names.
So we don't know that. I think their offense is very prolific. The way they score, the way they're running up the score on people. I think Tua hadn't played in the 4th quarter. But we're going to be in for a 60-minute game. We're going to battle.
What does it do with, I mean, this Alabama program has obviously been rolling for several years now.
Yeah.
When you add this dynamic passing game to it, I mean, that almost seems unfair.
Well, you know, they're doing, they're going out recruiting players. Give them the credit. They're recruiting them. They coach them. It's not their fault.
Yeah. But let me say this, Coach. With the success that you've had up to this point and in years past, you're not going to have a problem recruiting because of what you're doing right now.
No.
And the one thing that I can compliment you on, Coach, is that you look for talent that's going to make a difference on your football team.
Exactly.
Now, we're not trying to set anybody for a year or two and say this kid's going to play. You bringing in players, Coach, I have never seen as many freshmen play before that you have on that field right now.
After we retool the roster, I see holes in the roster. We go fix it. Look at Cole Tracy. You know, people.
That's amazing.
You're talking about rankings and all that stuff. I don't know what kind of star he was, but I'm gonna give him 100 stars.
Yes.
And I think 100.
doubt.
So, you know, we do a great job of our staff of evaluating what's best for the LSU Tigers, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Ed Orgeron, we'll take a short pause, but when we go, finally, are you two knuckleheads gonna give a kicker credit? Cole Tracy. Tracy, look what he has done.
He's ice cold, baby.
He's got ice in the veins, but you guys always prove how the kickers.
Against Alabama, he better be showing off extra points, not field goals.
Our last break with LSU head football coach Ed Orgeron. When we come back, it's more LSU and Alabama. Devin White's story, and that angle is coming up when we come back to Walk On. Stay right there.
Soundoff60, brought to you by Relief Windows. For replacement windows, doors, and StormForce windows. ReliefWindows.com.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Drew's favorite season? It's seafood lanyap season, only at Walk-On.
Every minute is a mile, dear. Check to check, year to year.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
What makes a light beer great? That it has more taste, or that it's less filling? Yes, and yes. What are you holding? Miller Lite. Hold true.
Welcome back to Walk-Ons. LSU, Alabama, Death Valley. Ed Orgeron, LSU head football coach, has joined us, and we appreciate you coming in. It's a big game, and there's been some news with the Devin White suspension. And
lots of news.
I don't know. Did you see game day this morning? In Jacksonville for the Florida-Georgia game, there's a plane flying around with a banner that says "Free Devin White."
Coach, it's big.
On the college game day
It's
this
big.
morning. All right, give us your take on that.
You know, like I said before, it's unfortunate. I don't think it should have been targeted. I think that it should have been overturned. There's apparently no appeals process. We've done all we could do. Joe and Leva fought as soon as the game was over. Joe and Leva was fighting for LSU, and I got to say that about Joe.
But as soon as the game was over, it was too late.
Yeah, it was too late.
But there's nothing I could do in the field.
Yeah.
I asked them, Coach, there's nothing else you can do. But let me say this to you: we moved past that, and I said it last week. We're not going to blink. Our football team not going to blink. We're going to put in a linebacker that's going to do very well. And we're going to put ourselves in position to win the game in the second half. And Devin White's going to come out and have a heck of a second half.
Yes, he will.
Yeah, he'll be highly motivated.
Yes, he will.
Go ahead,
Coach,
Kevin.
with this, and you know I'm a defensive guy, Coach, and I know
How many times
when
have
that
you said
when
that
that defense doesn't have a particular person in it, when you walk into that huddle, sometimes it can play mind games on the other 10 guys that are there.
Right.
He's an explosive defensive player.
Yeah.
Devin White, that was not a targeting. I'm sorry. Alabama had a guy 2 weeks ago punch a guy 3 times.
Yeah.
nothing happened.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Kevin.
go
Settle
into
down,
it.
Kevin.
But
Settle down.
some things you have to get right at that moment in time to make your organization look good, and the refs didn't do it.
No.
And we're past that, like you say.
Right.
When we come out,
Kevin.
Coach, I want you to throw everything but the kitchen sink at them.
It's on.
And
You got it.
I think Kevin's ready to play.
And when that Devin comes back in for the second half, Coach, we're going to be up by 14, baby. Huh?
All right, man.
All right.
Hey, if I had him playing, we may be.
We're going to be up by 14, okay, Coach?
Free Kevin Guidry.
I can't wait.
Bring him in the locker room, Coach. He
I'm
could help
sorry.
you with that. Ed Orgeron has joined us here. If you haven't already guessed, talking LSU and Alabama. It's a big game, Coach. It always looms on the schedule. It's always looming that it's the biggest game for LSU and one of the biggest for Alabama, maybe outside of the Iron Bowl. Is that fair or unfair? It is. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's very fair. That's why you come to LSU.
Yeah.
You want to play the best.
Yeah.
You want to play the best. You have to beat the best to be the very best. Right now, they're the benchmark. They're the benchmark. But LSU has had some national championships.
Yeah.
We've had some great players.
Yes, we have.
We have our own tradition. We don't want to be like anybody else. We want to be LSU, but we do want to be champions.
Yeah.
And all of us, to get to be champions, we have to beat Alabama. That's it.
You set the standard with the big upset win, and I'll call it the upset win over Georgia, with the aggressive play calling, the fourth downs. Not to give anything away, but can that work against Alabama at the right time to be that aggressive?
We have to see. We have to pick and choose our spots. We knew exactly when to do it against Georgia. We're going to figure out when to do it and when not to do it against Alabama. You have to be smart, but we're going to be on the attack. We will be aggressive, and we will play to win the game.
Did Sean Payton call you up when he went forward? Because you know him, obviously, and he got really aggressive.
Yeah, back to the collateral damage, so to speak, on the Devin White deal. A lot of people were kind of shocked, I think. Those unsportsmanlike penalties that went along with it.
Yeah.
I know you didn't like it. What did you say afterwards to them? And I've got a follow-up to that.
That's not LSU football. We're going to play disciplined football, and they totally understand. I don't expect that to happen again. That was totally uncharacteristic of a football team. That was out of hand, and it's unacceptable.
Let me ask you this, though. I've covered a lot of football. I've never seen a 45-yard penalty in college. And here, now I understood 30 because if you take the targeting in the unsportsmanlike, but how could there be two? What is the rule there?
That was the call. It was totally legal. I turned it in. They can do it. There was 3 penalties marked off against LSU, and that's the rule. So that's what it was.
What if you had 5 guys taking this picture? Would it have been a 90-yard penalty?
I think it was 3 separate incidents.
Yeah.
Well, that was one incident, though.
Yeah, and then the targeting was
the two
was
of them
one.
choreographed.
Nah, I think it was another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. That's been bugging me for a week now.
Getting ready for Saturday night, walking out that tunnel, what will be the first thing that you address your team with before letting them go run onto the field?
All we need is their best.
That's it.
This game of your life stuff, and none of that works.
Yeah.
Nobody has to play out of their realm.
Yeah.
Nobody has to coach out of their realm. All I want is our best, starting with me. We give our best. Our coaches give our best. Let's see what happens. We gave our best against Georgia.
Yes, we
We
did.
gave our best against Auburn.
Yes, we did.
That was good enough.
It was good enough.
for our football team.
Coach O has joined us here at Walk-Ons at Soundoff60, getting ready for the Tigers and Tide. It's number 4, LSU against number 1, Alabama. Tua at quarterback, leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy. You've got an all-star cast back there in the secondary. How do you match up? How do you neutralize that kind of quarterback?
I feel like we match up fine.
Very well.
I like our DBs. I think with the addition of Bill Bush, Dave Aranda, and Corey Raymond, and Kevin Cole as an analyst, we have the best defensive backfield group in the country.
Yeah.
We can match up with their receivers. We break on balls. We lead the country in interceptions.
Yeah.
We plus 12 in the turnover margin. We can match up with anybody in the country. I feel confident about that.
Grant Delpit.
Yeah.
The play to stop Georgia's block or fake field goal. That might have been the most athletic play in SEC football. The way he made that turn and made that play. I mean, this kid is something.
But in open field, open field tackle too, in that distance of it, that's pretty
special
big.
player.
Well, the awareness level that the awareness level that young man has is unbelievable. That's probably one of the best plays I've seen in college football. He was actually rushing the kick.
He was.
He felt the guy release. He went to cover him. He was blocking Devin White. He turned up the field, tackled the kicker, and caused a turnover.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Coach and I was talking last night. He told me that guy reminds me of him.
Exactly.
Really?
No
question.
No question. He's still got a ways to go. He's going to get there.
Coach, I don't see boots on, Coach. You're from Bayou Lafourche. I don't see boots on Ed Orgeron on that one. In the waning moments here, again, it's the standard question. You may have already answered it, but maybe put it succinctly. How do you beat Alabama? But you got them at home. How do you beat them?
You got to match their physicality, which we did last year.
Yeah.
We got to eliminate their explosive plays, and we got to match them punch by punch.
Yeah.
And we got to play turnover-free football. We have to win the turnover battle. Go out there and play our best football. This is not about Alabama.
Exactly.
This is about LSU. We have them at home. We have to use that as an advantage, which I know it will be. Our crowd is going to be loud and proud. This is going to be an excellent game, but I feel good about this football game.
No doubt.
In our waning seconds, get back to the family. You're here for the McNeese homecoming game. Cody Orgeron is going to be playing more quarterback. I mean, I sense it. I feel it.
It's a fact.
Tonight will be the start of that.
I mean, Cody has this much experience. He has really come. That must make you and Kelly very proud.
Yeah, it's the ultimate story of competition.
Yeah.
Cody started off as a tennis player. His brother was a great player in high school. Cody was a little small, two-time state champion tennis player. Played 1 year of high school football. Came here as a walk-on, earned himself a scholarship. Lance and them have been very good to him. We're so proud of all three of our boys. My oldest boy, Tyler's going to be here. He's coaching with me. Parker and Cody are at McNeese. We in Louisiana. Kelly and I couldn't be more proud of our family.
Coach, we appreciate your time coming on the show. Good luck this week against Saban and #1 Alabama.
Thank you.
We'll let you end the segment with
Go Tigers.
There we go. We're coming back to Walk On, Saints, Cowboys, and much more when the show continues. Stay right there.
But Relief Windows is going to get quality. We're going to make sure that the job is actually ordered correctly. Experienced measure tech, experienced salesman, experienced installer. Service. Customer satisfaction, that's our #1 product. At Relief Windows, you're going to get somebody going to show up on time, do what they say they're going to do. Nobody's going to run with your money. We're going to take care of you. At Relief Windows, we're not only windows, we're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is customer satisfaction.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Drew's favorite season? It's seafood lanyap season, only at Walk-Ons.
In the Lake Charles and Baton Rouge areas, AdSource Outdoor is a great way to get your business noticed. Call us at 337-477-4470. Get spotted with AdSource.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations: checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
All right, welcome back to Walk-Ons. After a kind of a celebrity quick wardrobe change. Y'all like that?
Yeah. You notice we changed clothes.
We have it like that, Rick, man, okay? We have it like that, man.
We got a green room in the back. Full disclosure, LSU head coach Ed Orgeron. Many thanks to him, his lovely wife, Kelly. They did come in Saturday, and we did a special taping with Ed Orgeron here at Walk-Ons on Saturday. Due to his travel schedule with the McNeese game, watching Cody Orgeron play, had the whole family in. We were able to sit down with him at length. He wasn't pushed. which really helped him and the family and us.
It really did work out good.
Huge crowd here. Huge
It
crowd
worked
here.
out
at
good,
Walgreens.
Rick. It really did.
It really, not a lot of people knew he was coming.
No.
But there was a buzz when he came in. I got to give him credit. When he kind of walked into it, I don't know about you, but when I left, Coach Orgeron was still here, taking selfies with people, signing autographs.
Yeah, it was at least a line of at least 80 to 100.
Yeah.
Kids, mamas, and daddies,
Everybody.
and everybody.
And he was
So
very patient.
many thanks to
That
Walk-Ons
speaks
too,
volumes
because
for him as a person, and we
they
do
put
appreciate that.
They
Big
put
time.
it out on social media that
They
Coach
did.
O was coming in, and boy, the fans
They
turned
did.
out indeed. All right, so many thanks to Coach O for that. All right, and if you missed that, all right, again, I would be remiss if you missed part of it. Check us out nightly, prime time, 9 o'clock, Southern Link Channel 4, and
Definitely.
on Saturdays on CBS Lake Charles, about an hour before the national SEC coverage. You can watch Ed Orgeron's interview here at Walk-Ons with Soundoff60 again if you missed part of that.
It will be
all right,
out
let's
again.
get started with McNeese and Central Arkansas. The Cowboys up 3 to number 11 now in the polls, and now it's time to start kind of poll watching.
It
all right,
is,
you got to
Rick.
watch poll, and
It is.
And another move today, or this week, I should say, McNeese has decided to move up. Well, they didn't decide. The FCS came in and asked them to move the kickoff time from McNeese Lamar, which is November 17th, final game, final home game, to 3 o'clock kickoff. Because the FCS committee wants time to watch all the teams and yada, yada, yada.
Okay, we'll do it. Okay, Rick, we'll do it.
They needed more time last year to evaluate the
Rick.
Cowboys.
Okay, we'll
I don't
do
want
it,
to get
Rick.
off on that. Anyway, the
Okay,
game
we'll
will be
do
at
it,
3
Rick.
Is that
o'clock,
game
Lamar.
here or in
It's
Beaumont?
at the Hole at
Yeah.
Cowboy Stadium. So it'll be moved up to 3 o'clock.
An afternoon
All right,
game in the
afternoon.
Hole.
Yes, and Lance Guidry is supportive of it. So
Well, good. Good
Hopefully
for
by then, look, after Central Arkansas, they got to win out.
They do, Rick.
I mean, they lead. They're alone now at top, but they got 4 other teams sitting one back
right there behind them,
with
Rick.
4-2 schedules. Now,
Right there behind them in the conference.
Incarnate Word owns the tiebreaker.
They
don't play Sam Houston. So they own a tiebreaker against Central Arkansas and Nichols.
Yeah.
They're all tied for second. So there's work to be done.
No doubt,
There
Rick.
is work to be done. So
No
general
doubt.
impressions.
Yeah, but they control their own.
They do.
They do. If they went out, we
that's
don't have
the
that problem.
key.
Right.
Just win.
Well,
Yeah, that's easy,
easier
Scooter.
said than done.
That's easy, Scooter. Yeah, just
This
win, huh?
Saturday, an
I
afternoon
know,
game,
kind of a
Saturday,
nemesis.
in Hammond, southeastern Louisiana, which, guys,
Southeastern.
my alma mater, I thought when I saw it against LSU, I thought,
Rick.
holy smokes, but they've kind of fallen off the
Yeah.
cliff.
Yes.
But it doesn't
But
matter
you never
with
know,
the
Rick.
Lions and
You
Cowboys.
never know, man. That's always a good game, Rick.
We
You
know what
that.
happened the last time they were in Hammond.
Exactly. You know, the long pass down the sideline, misjudged, bam, the
Which
game
is
over kind of a thing.
Still
All right, so
seems to play overall
Yeah.
pretty good
They do.
defense.
Yeah.
But gosh, they can give up
Yeah.
some chunk plays.
yes, they
it
do.
happened the other night.
It happened. It did. And Guidry said
And one
after
of
the
them-
game he wasn't too concerned about it because the coverage was there, and he said the defenders simply misjudged the ball.
He didn't misjudge. One of them fell down. And if the guy catches it, it's a touchdown.
I got you.
Oh yeah.
I still think over the
I mean,
top.
that doesn't, as a defensive back, you don't fall down.
But Kevin,
you do not
we've talked
fall
about this.
down.
He wants
You can
pressure.
get beat,
He
but
wants
don't you
pressure,
fall
and
down.
he puts those guys on the perimeter and man
And
to
you
man.
have to. And see,
you
the
got to
thing
cover.
is this. The thing is this. And Coach Lance knows exactly what he's got for us for talent-wise. You're not going to put those guys in positions that they're not comfortable with being in. If Lance Guidry didn't feel that they could play man,
They
bump
wouldn't
and run,
play it.
they would not
You're
play
right.
it.
You're
so
right.
he's got the confidence of those guys to know, guys, just play what you know you can do.
You're right. All right, let's
That's all,
get
just play.
on the central storyline here. Is the sophomore quarterback with about this much experience,
Great tennis
unseating-
player, though.
great tennis player. Unseating James Tabry, all
But he
conference
walks
quarterback.
right out of the gate, and I'm thinking, this guy looks like he's been playing forever.
Yeah.
Now they stalled after the first quarter. After
Yeah.
what they scored 4 of their first
4 to
five
5, yeah,
possessions,
20 to
I
7.
think.
20 to 7 was the
Uh-huh.
lead.
But I couldn't explain why they just stalled.
Well, it's funny. They put Tabry in.
Now
They put Tabry in. A little bit of the spark let go. You know, 3 and out.
Yeah.
You know, and then they punted 3 and then all of a
I
sudden
think Tabry
Central
did get
Arkansas
one
got
first
going.
down.
And yeah, but it was 7 possessions.
Rick.
One with Tabry and 6 with Orgeron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 1 first down. One
I
first
mean,
down.
that
They struggled. They struggled.
That shouldn't destroy momentum. Like
No,
that.
no,
I just-
no, but it's there.
But, you know, nice to have that in your memory bank that you do know how to come through with a game-winning drive when you absolutely got to have it.
Orgeron, he moves well, Kevin. He can extend the play, and I think that's the key.
That is key,
He
Rick.
can
I'm
extend
telling
that
you,
play for a second.
As soon as the receivers can find out how to get away from when he starts to move around, the biggest mistake they were making from what I saw on Saturday, you don't want to go to the quarterback. If you're trying to extend the play, give him something to throw at.
Right.
Because if you're coming back, well, I'm going to follow you back to him. But if I just quickly turn around and go the other way, that's how you see big scores.
You got to break
happen.
off your route.
You do, Rick. And Rick, when they can figure out it's a different quarterback, maybe they're not familiar with how he played. But now you can believe they're working on the scramble drill as we speak. I promise you.
Yeah.
And that is the only concern. Like I was pointing out, I think, I think obviously Tabry has a better arm. But, the overall package with Orgeron might better suit this offense. Of course, you don't know is more film defenses get to look at him in that offense.
That's right. That's right.
So
All right.
it's not a
I don't want
running is a plus.
I don't want to stir the pot, but I'm going to stir the pot. I know James Tabry's work ethic, his competitiveness and drive. I mean, Orgeron after the game said the right thing. I mean, I'm going to do anything to support James. He supports me. I don't think this will be a split locker room, but Tabry cannot be happy. I mean, look, the guy's a senior. He's not happy.
Pretty sure he's not happy, Rick.
But
at the end of the day, Rick.
But the coaches have to.
And we don't know how this ends yet.
You're right. I mean, Tabry can go right back in there as a starter. You're right. And again, Guidry made it quite clear after the game. Tabry has to be ready to play when needed. Yeah. And I think he will. He's top. They're both top quality. Even though Cody Orgeron, without a uniform on, I mean, he's this big around, guys. He looks just like a tennis player.
Rick, he was a tennis player.
We're up against the break. When we come back, it's Who Dat Nation. Big win on the road and a huge game coming up in the Superdome against the Rams this week. Stay right there.
Every minute is a mile, dear. Check to check, year to year.
Enjoy a more reliable, responsible, intelligent, and connected indoor environment that easily adjusts to your preferences, no matter where you are. Uncompromising, unmistakable. Luxair. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solar supply.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Drew's favorite season? It's seafood lanyap season, only at Walk-Ons.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to Walk-Ons here, and the lovely ladies of Walk-Ons have joined us. That would be Mallory and Kai with the big knives in the big sandwiches. We'll start with you, Mallory. That's Texas-sized sandwich, Texas toast, I would say, straight from the menu at Walk-On.
Yes, sir. This is our warm turkey and Swiss. Turkey, Swiss cheese, bacon, romaine lettuce, garlic aioli, and some caramelized onions.
It started off healthy with the turkey and Swiss and all that. She said the bacon.
Yeah,
that's
right there.
Magic word.
Yeah,
Back
all right,
to it.
Kai,
Yeah,
that's a
what
mountain
makes
of,
it
I don't know
good.
if it's a hamburger from this distance, but it might be. Tell us what you have from the menu.
This is the blackjack chicken sandwich. It's served on our sourdough bun. It has mayo, lettuce, bacon, grilled onions, Monterey Jack cheese, and blackened chicken.
Looks like she's spinning that thing around 180 degrees. She's going to get it. That's some great looking food.
Yes, it
Always
is.
the best food in Southwest Louisiana.
looks good, but smells
right
good.
here at Walk-Ons. Mallory and Kai, we appreciate it.
Thank you, ladies, so
All right,
much.
we'll see
Great
y'all
job.
real soon. Well, one of these days I'm going to pin them down and have
it's gonna
them
work
pick
for
out
me.
something on the menu that they might. maybe
all of
the
it looks
ownership
good,
here will
Rick.
give a little nickname to it.
Maybe
like,
so.
You know,
Common
the Geek
thread.
Bone Burger. Or
That would be
something
nice.
like
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
What I like is the
I like
common
that.
thread seems to be bacon.
Yeah, bacon.
Yes, it is.
All right, gentlemen, the Saints won their 6th straight. Huge road
Yes.
win at Minnesota. They are now 6-1 on the year. Remember they lost to Tampa Bay. But in that NFC South, Carolina still
Right
in
there.
there, 5-2.
Right there, Rick.
This was a huge win. Turnovers, critical that they turned 2 turnovers into 14 points. Score points after the turnover. It was the difference in the game, guys.
That is key.
Well,
difference in
the
the
key
game.
play to me was that turnover right before the half.
Oh, big. They were going in.
But
They were.
Minnesota was
They
going
were.
in.
Minnesota was going to score.
It hit me last night. This year, this may be the Saints' year. They may really be blessed.
Come on.
Maybe.
Watching the Saints this year, if you're pulling for the Saints, it's like being an Alabama fan. You get all the breaks.
Wait. Don't
You get all the
God.
calls.
I don't know. Look, P.J. Williams. All right, the first game with Eli Apple at corner, and they got P.J. Williams in the slot, okay? That's where he seemed to do it.
Yeah.
Kevin, my gosh, he was just getting burned to a crisp.
I know it. And
but then he makes a big interception for the pick six,
He
but it
does.
was right in his hands. But he's just getting picked on and burned and burned. He's got to up the ante now, man.
No, he does.
He's got to up the ante.
And I tell you what, for the Saints, like Scooter said, this may be the year. They may be blessed. Defensively, offensively, we know we can give you at least 27, 35 points. That's kind of an automatic for us if we on a good day.
But look,
defensively, you got to play below that, Rick.
Yeah.
You got to play below that.
I missed that.
You have to play below that.
Yeah.
That screwy game with the Browns with 2 missed
Yeah.
extra
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
And chip shot, field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the turnover right before the half.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, breaks. It's part of the game, isn't
I
it?
know you make your breaks, but
Yes, you do.
sometimes
You need them.
sometimes you're blessed.
In watching the 4 or 5 games I watched yesterday, the NFL is not making the extra point an automatic.
I know.
Rick.
I
It
know.
is not.
You
I
have
know.
It is
to
not
pay-
an
pay-
automatic anymore.
Minnesota
dude.
missed one early.
It's not an automatic.
Dan
Rick.
Bailey,
Yeah.
the former
It's-
Cowboy.
it's not an automatic
I know, it is.
anymore.
And that makes it interesting.
Yes, it does.
All right,
Yes,
before
it
we
does.
get into Saints and Rant, Marcus Davenport, the #1 pick, 2 sacks.
Yeah.
He's turning into
He
a
is.
force.
He's coming.
He's
I
coming.
mean,
You
you
know
got
why
Alex
they did that
Okafor
now?
and Cam Jordan, and now Davenport coming around midseason late. Holy
But
smokes!
let me tell you,
They
the
might
Rams,
need-
the Rams. I will have a huge amount of respect for the Saints if they can.
What do they need to do to get your respect?
The Rams
move
are,
mountains.
The Rams are aiding.
They are the only
They
unbeaten
are
team.
the
All right.
best team in the NFL right now.
They
Rick.
are.
They are the best
Todd
team
Gurley
in the NFL.
He's leading MVP candidate.
Todd
He's got
Gurley's
like
a horse,
100
man.
touchdowns.
He's a horse, bro.
He is. The
He's a
former
horse,
Georgia
Rick.
running back. All right. Again, from your perspective, I saw part of that Rams game with Drew Brees. I think that secondary can be beat.
Let me tell you
That's
something.
a weak link
Any
for them.
secondary can be beat
They're
by
right,
Drew
both of
Brees.
them. Both of them. You're right, but both of them.
Let me tell you what the Rams do. It's just like the Saints. They have multiple receivers
Weapons,
they can
yeah.
go to. Rick.
Lot of weapons.
It's not just one guy,
Lot
2
of
guys.
weapons.
They got 4 or 5 guys they can go
Yeah.
to, Rick, in a
Right.
game.
Here it is. Here's what I find interesting. The Saints, I think my numbers are right. They should still have the #1 rated defense against the rush in the entire league.
Okay.
But this is a passing league. You know what I'm saying? This is not the 1970s
Rick,
anymore.
hey.
But it helps.
The
It's
Rams will light
it's the
you up,
Saints
man.
rush defense against Gurley.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
It is.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you,
I mean,
believe it or not, if Gurley doesn't have to win this game, he doesn't have to. They've got some people on the outside they can go to, Rick.
You're right.
Believe me when I tell you that.
Jared Goff is solid at
He is,
quarterback.
Rick. He
and
is,
then you
man.
got to block Aaron Donald. You got to keep him away from Breeze, especially up the middle. And
It's gonna be
Ndaka
interesting, Rick.
Sue. I mean, they got some monsters on that defense
And you
as
know
well.
when he gets
This is
loose
a
and
big game.
crazy, you know he can wreak havoc on anybody's offense.
This is a big
You
game.
know that. It is a big game for the
The
Saints.
train wreck that is the Cleveland Browns fire Hugh Jackson and Todd
what is-
Haley.
but-
What
you
is
know.
that all about?
Look,
What is that all about, man?
You're being a little too harsh.
Oh,
Train
no.
wreck.
They're a
No,
train wreck.
No.
That's a train
But
wreck.
Make it
Scooter,
quick.
okay?
compared to last year, I mean, you're not seeing progress?
Yeah. I'm saying they shouldn't have fired these guys.
No, they shouldn't have fired.
They're
That's what we said.
They're throwing Baker Mayfield, the
shouldn't have
number one
fired
pick, to Greg Williams. Is this guy bent or what? Greg Williams is the interim head coach.
That's crazy, man.
Holy smokes. I mean,
I never thought that would have happened.
I don't know.
I did.
To me,
That was
Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer
That was surprising.
might be leaving Ohio State.
Not Urban.
Not Urban Meyer to the Browns?
No, Lincoln Riley.
No.
I heard a comment today. He said he's not interested in the NFL, but money
What are you
talks.
expecting to
I
say?
know. Money.
Yeah.
He's making a boatload at Oklahoma. All right, gentlemen, we're up against the clock. Many thanks to
Great
Ed
show.
Orgeron for spending time with us earlier in the show to preview
Is he
LSU
still
and
here?
Alabama. What a show.
He's
He's
Great
not
show,
here. He's
guys.
still
Great
signing
show.
autographs in the background.
Great show.
Great show, everybody.
Pleasure.
We'll do it again next time.
Yes,
Have a
we
great
will.
sports week.
Soundoff60 airs on Sunlink Cable Channel 4 Monday through Sunday nights at 9 and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10. Soundoff60 also airs throughout Southwest Louisiana on Vive Broadband Channel 6 at 9 p.m. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the guys and access our website and our great advertising partners at soundoff60tv.com.